Picture this. You're sipping champagne on your mega yacht, plotting your next billion-dollar conquest. Life's a non-stop party, private islands, supermodel entourages, and enough cash to buy your way out of, well, anything, until one fateful knock at the door turns your empire into a house of cards. And poof, you're trading silk sheets for a scratchy orange jumpsuit. Welcome to the wild, wicked world of Billionaire to Prisoner, How the Mighty Have Fallen. I'm your host for this roller coaster of hubris and handcuffs. And trust me, these stories aren't just scandals. They're Shakespearean tragedies with stock tickers. Today, we're counting down the top 5 billionaires who crashed harder than a dot-com bubble. From Ponzi princes to crypto kings, these titans thought they were untouchable. Spoiler, gravity hits everyone, especially when you're dodging the SEC. Stick around, because if you think number 5 is a doozy, wait till you meet the guy who turned "trust me, bro" into a federal indictment. Let's dive in, starting with the queen of fake it till you make it fraud. Number 5, Elizabeth Holmes, the Silicon Valley siren who promised to revolutionize blood tests and ended up revolutionizing the word delusion. Back in 2015, Holmes was the darling of tech. At 31, she'd built Theranos into a $9 billion behemoth, valued higher than some small countries. Investors like Rupert Murdoch and the Walton family threw billions at her vision, a tiny device that could run hundreds of blood tests from just a drop, diagnosing everything from cancer to cholesterol while you brunch. Holmes channeled her inner Steve Jobs. Deep voice, intense stare, mystery-shrouded HQ. She was on every magazine cover, rubbing elbows with presidents. But here's the hook. It was all smoke and mirrors. Theranos' Edison machine? A glorified paperweight that spat out bogus results. They faked demos, doctored reports, and terrorized employees into silence with NDAS thicker than her turtlenecks. When the Wall Street Journal blew the lid off in 2015, Holmes didn't crumble. She doubled down, blaming conspiracy theorists. Fast forward to 2022, guilty on 4 counts of wire fraud, sentenced to 11 years in federal prison, reporting to a low-security facility in Texas that makes Club Fed look like a spa retreat. From boardrooms to bunk beds, Holmes went from next big thing to what were we thinking? And get this, while awaiting sentencing, she popped out twins. Talk about a plot twist. But hey, if birthing babies in a scandal can't humble you, what can? Her fall? A cautionary tale that even geniuses can gaslight themselves into stripes. But Elizabeth's empire was built on lies. Wait till you see the guy whose whole fortune was one giant, glittering scam. Hold on to your wallets for number 4. Number 4, Raj Rajaratnam, the insider trading wizard who turned stock tips into a $7 billion hedge fund empire, only to get zapped by the feds like a fly in a zapper. Raj, the Sri Lankan-born billionaire behind Galleon Group, wasn't your average suit. He hobnobbed with CEOs over steak dinners, coaxing secrets like a velvet-gloved extortionist. Hey, buddy, that earnings report, spill and spill they did, from Intel to Goldman Sachs. By 2009, Raj was swimming in $60 million profits from illegal tips. Bragging about it on wiretapped calls like a Bond villain monologuing. The FBI, they didn't just knock, they bugged his life like it was a reality show gone rogue. Galleon Gold became Galleon Jail when 21 co-conspirators flipped faster than a pancake on a griddle. Raj Anna, convicted on 14 counts, slapped with 11 years in a minimum security camp in Pennsylvania. Think country club with barbed wire. The irony, this guy who thrived on whispers ended up in a cell block echo chamber. He fought it tooth and nail, appealing all the way to the Supreme Court. But nope, the mighty Raj fell hard. Lost his fortune, his freedom, and probably his taste for rare steaks. It's like eavesdropping at the wrong party and waking up in the drunk tank. But if insider tips are child's play, imagine scamming the entire retirement savings of America. Yeah, number 3 makes Raj look like an amateur hour pickpocket. Number 3, Bernie Madoff, the Ponzi scheme Picasso who painted the biggest financial fraud in history with strokes of pure audacity. At his peak, Bernard L., Madoff Investment Securities was a Wall Street legend, managing $65 billion, or so he claimed. Celebrities, charities, even Elie Wiesel trusted Bernie with their nest eggs. His secret sauce? Steady 10 to 12% returns year after year, rain or shine. No one questioned it because, hey, Bernie's a genius, right? Wrong. It was the mother of all pyramids. Fake trades, phony statements, and a black box of lies that grew for decades. When the 2008 crash hit, the house of cards didn't just tumble, it imploded, vaporizing $20 billion in investor cash. Suicides followed, families ruined. Madoff? He confessed to his sons, who turned him in faster than you can say ethical dilemma. At 70, he got 150 years, a life sentence with a side of poetic justice. Now rotting in a North Carolina supermax, Bernie's got bunkmates who make Wall Street wolves look like lambs. He penned a jailhouse memoir whining about regrets. But let's be real, the only thing he misses is the view from his penthouse. His fall? A slow burn apocalypse that redefined trust fund baby as trust fund tragedy. Hilarious in hindsight? Maybe the fact that his strategy was just paying old suckers with new suckers' money. Like a global game of hot potato with pensions. But Bernie's billions were pocket change compared to the crypto cowboy who bet the farm on digital fairy dust. Saddle up for number 2. This one's a blockchain barn burner. Number 2, Sam Bankman-Fried, the rumpled genius who turned FTX into a $32 billion crypto colossus, then torched it all in a bonfire of bad hair days and worse decisions. SBF, as the Twitterati called him, was the anti-billionaire billionaire. Vegan, effective altruism preacher, living in a Bahamian penthouse with his celebrity girlfriend and a parrot named Kathy. He donated millions to polls, hobnobbed with Biden, and promised to save the world with his exchange. The go-to spot for trading Bitcoin like Pokemon cards. But behind the hoodies and beanbag chairs, Alameda Research, his sister trading firm, was siphoning user funds like a vampire at a blood bank. $8 billion vanished into Vegas bets, yacht parties, and Super Bowl ads. When Binance's CZ smelled blood and dumped FTX tokens, the run was on. Customers clamored for cash. Sam tweeted all good, while wiring billions to plug the hole. The house of cards more like a Jenga tower in an earthquake. November 2022, FTX files bankruptcy. Sam's arrested in the Bahamas, extradited like a Bond girl gone bad. Trial, a circus. He took the stand, tousle-haired and earnest, claiming it was all a big misunderstanding. Jury not buying it, guilty on 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy. Sentenced to 25 years, he's now federal lockup's most famous nerd, trading memes for mail call. The kicker? While awaiting trial, he played League of Legends in custody, because even in chains, SBF levels up. His empire's ashes birthed 1,000 memes, but the real laugh? He once said crypto would end world hunger. Instead, it hungered for his freedom. Epic fail? Understatement. But if Sam's digital dream was a house of pixels, our number 1 built a fortress of fool's gold that toppled like dominoes in a hurricane. Brace yourselves. This finale's a fraud for the ages. Number 1, Alan Stanford, the Texan tycoon who peddled Caribbean fairy tales as certificates of deposit, swindling $7 billion from suckers worldwide. Sir Alan, yes, knighted by Antigua for his philanthropy, ran Stanford Financial from a pink-painted island paradise. He owned cricket teams, banks, even an airline. His pitch? CDs yielding 8 to 10%, safer than a grandma's cookie jar. Retirees, celebs like Hugh Grant, they bit, hook, line, and sinker. Reality? A $7 billion Ponzi vortex fueled by fake audits and island bribes. Stanford's jets ferried regulators to golf outings while his investment empire printed paper profits on antique printing presses. The SEC sniffed it out in 2009, right as Madoff's mess hit the headlines. Stanford fled? Nah, he lawyered up with a vengeance, turning his trial into a 3-ring circus. Accused his chief financial officer of everything but the kitchen sink. Jury, unimpressed. guilty on 13 counts, 110 years. He'll die in chains. Now 75, he's in a Florida pen. Appeal after appeal denied. The poetry? He named a scam after himself. Stanford, like the university, but with felonies instead of diplomas. His fall dragged Antigua's economy into the drink, proving even knights can rust in the rain. From sipping daiquiris with senators to slurping mystery meat, Allen's the blueprint for billionaire busts. Charm 'em, scam 'em, and pray the feds nap. So there you have it, 5 skyscrapers of success reduced to solitary confinement. What ties these titans together? Ego, unchecked ambition, and the cold truth that no vault is FBI proof. From Holmes's hype to Stanford's sham, their stories scream, fortune favors the bold, but hubris handcuffs the reckless. Which fall shocked you most? Drop it in the comments. Was it Bernie's betrayal or Sam's pixelated peril? If you love these tales of triumph turned tragedy, smash that like button, subscribe for more mogul meltdowns, and ring the bell. Next week, we're unpacking CEOs gone wild, boardroom blunders that bankrupted billions. Remember, kids, build your empire, but don't bet the farm on fairy dust. Stay scheming, stay legal. I'll see you in the next one.